Stop touching the thing.
Whenever you want.
Okay,
This
so
is
yeah,
already recording.
go introduce me.
Dun, 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 dun. Boom. From Buenos Aires, Argentina, I'm Paige Nichols, and this is Bad Information, a love letter to the country that drives us mad. And today we have a cross-cultural, international, semi-illegal guest.
Maybe.
Her name is Laura Ledesma, and she is an Aries, only child, menace to society, Shanky Uruguaya, multi-hyphenate. Did I get that?
Yes, those are my credentials.
Can you prove that?
Yes, I can. Well, I can say that my credentials are I was born in the States, so I'm American.
Shanky.
But my parents are from Uruguay, and me quería hablando en español. And I've lived
that
here.
explains a lot.
That explains a lot. And I've lived here for 8 years, so I'm like pretty much porteña. And I've also lived in Montevideo.
But you don't know
Briefly.
anything about the Farándula Argentina. We've established that
Okay, I know
off camera.
I know enough.
Enough. Hey, just to get by. That's all you need.
That's all you need. Yeah.
Okay.
So I think that makes me credible enough to talk about
and also
Uruguay
the
and Argentina.
other three people I invited on couldn't make it.
Yeah,
so you
here we are. Scraps.
Hey,
Scraps.
sometimes
I'll take it.
the things you least expect surprise you the most.
Yeah.
I really wanted just to get we've talked so much about Argentina. Bad Info just dives soups deep into the Argentine psyche. And then I was like, it would kind of be remiss, and also clearly number one fan of Arj, hence my t-shirt. If you're watching this on YouTube, which if you aren't, you should stop listening and go to YouTube, right? I should plug myself.
Yeah. Duh.
That sounded weird. Oh
Plug
yeah.
yourself.
Like, follow, subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, TikTok, the internet, and MySpace. I was like, we need to talk about Uruguay because Uruguay is so connected to the Argentine experience, especially the Argentine foreigner and Argentina experience for certain reasons. And so I did want to bring in an expert. I couldn't find that expert, so I did find you.
Yeah.
And here we
I'm
are.
an expert enough.
But you brought a treat.
I did. This is my emotional support, Chedwa.
Because
Canarias.
Uruguayans love mate.
We were
More
born,
than-
we were born with a mate under our arms. You know, they say.
There is like that weird little hook.
Well,
like a hook hand?
Uruguayans can pour the termo into the mate with one arm. You know, it's like
Se van.
Se van así con un brazo. It's impressive.
That should be an Olympic sport.
Well, it is now illegal to cebar mate in Uruguay while you're driving. You cannot cebar mate. You can't drink mate if you're driving. You cannot cebar mate if you're a passenger. Basically, no mate in the car.
Don't drink and drive.
Mate.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, so you grew up in the U.S., but your parents are Uruguayos. So
Right.
you obviously lo llevas en la sangre.
Claro, charro.
And you are charrorísima.
Sí, obvio.
Oh my God, if you had a teatro a review on Corrientes, it would, instead of being fantastiquísima, it would be charrorísima.
Definitely.
I said that perfectly, didn't I,
You
Marcos?
made that up. That's a word you made up.
Well, okay, cool. This is my podcast, and I can unplug your microphone whenever I want. So thanks. Marcos, please proceed. Proceda, as Carlos Macedo would say. Deep cut. Anyway, so great. I've been here for a million years, as we know, and my first time in Uruguay. I love saying Uruguay. And
Uruguay.
Uruguay.
El mejor país.
Uruguay natural.
Uruguay natural. Oh yeah, that's the new campaña.
That's their tourism slogan.
It is. It's like you see it everywhere, and it's like Uruguay. En 2 horas puedes estar en la playa, en las sierras, en las termas. Uruguay natural.
And it's like, do you have to be nude to do that? Because it sounds kind of like a nudist thing.
It does sound like a nudist colony.
Well, there is.
If you're listening, they are both nudes.
Yeah, we're naked. That's why you should watch it on YouTube.
Oh my God, Marcos. There is a nude beach in Punta del Este, Chihuahua, which maybe we'll be there this summer at the Parador.
Sí.
Oh my God, we'll do temporada like they do in Villa Carlos Paz. We'll be temporada in Chihuahua.
Sí.
The gays.
Sounds Mexican.
And is that so bad?
Chihuahua.
Yeah, you see. Anyway, so my first the first time I went to Uruguay, although I love it because at home in the U.S., this might for you. Please tell me what was it like? What was it like growing up as a Uruguayan in New York? Because Uruguay's a very tiny country. It has 3 million people?
3 million people. Population hasn't changed in 100 years probably.
That's interesting.
It was weird being Uruguayan because I was the only Uruguayan I knew in 100 miles. all my friends were, growing up in New York, they were like Puerto Rican or from El Salvador or like Colombian and Dominican.
The cool countries.
Yeah. But it was, I mean, I don't know. I was different, obviously, because my Spanish was different from everyone else's Spanish. They were like, "Porque decir playa y no playa?" And
Is
I
this
was
your
like, I don't know.
villain origin story?
Yeah. But obviously, as I got older and I recognized how cool Uruguay is and how cool our cultural differences make us all, I embraced
United colors of Benetton.
Yeah, I embraced my cultural identity, and here we are.
And were you like, did your parents like inculcarte the Uruguayan like stuff?
Obvio. Sí, obvio. I mean, there was mate at home, obviously, torta fritas when it rained.
Aww.
We had like
milanesa. Did you do that in Uruguay?
Milanesa is like my comfort food because like it's everyone's comfort food.
Yeah.
There was a bakery, and there still is a bakery in Jackson Heights in Queens that is called La Nueva, and it's Uruguayan Argentine, and they sell like sándwiches de migas and empanadas and all the nostalgic treats, and we would go there all the time, and it was amazing.
Mi corazón.
Sí.
Did you eat like conaprole?
Obvio. Well, whenever we would go to Uruguay, we would my dad would bring like a 2-liter bucket of conaprole, like like the important things.
Check your privilege, bitch. Like, whoa.
Yeah. So.
Oh my god. I mean, and
Chero Canarias. Nunca falta.
Oh my god. That's like the shit about wars.
This is like the crack. This is like, well, this one is the Serena, but like the yellow bag is like cocaine.
It'll fuck you up.
Yeah, it will.
You've been warned. That's why you can't drink it and drive.
Exactly.
I mean, it's like, what year was it when I first went? So I went to my first experience in Uruguay was in Punta.
Of course.
And of course. Because
Carísima.
Carísima. I mean, hello, me viste la cara. Here's the thing. Because so Uruguay to Argentina, to Argentines, I feel like there's so many sort of facets here. Because, as an American living abroad, the initial thing is, okay, day trip to Colonia.
Visa run.
Well, either a visa run, like because my 90 days are up and no one at immigrations cares anyway. So I'm just going to go to Colonia for the day and like get the stamp and come back. We have friends, I feel like, who were doing that for like decades.
Yeah. And then like, just get your D9.
Just like figure it out. Yeah. But, fine. It's like not illegal. So sure, you just hop on the 1-hour ferry. You're in, you're out. You walk around the cobblestone streets. You maybe twist an ankle. You're fine.
Yeah.
You do like a very overpriced picada. Ciao. But then there's also like my parents are in town and they want to like sumar otro país. Like that's kind of nice too because it's like, oh, it's like right there.
Yeah.
I mean, Colonia is literally an hour away from BA.
Yeah.
So you just hop on that.
And you can see it in a day.
And you could see it from my old apartment. I know. Like Sarah
Check
Palin.
Your privilege.
Sarah Palin.
Girl.
I can see Russia from my house. I can see your wife from her. Well, now I can't see anything. I can see like the weird man on the balcony across. But like, so that's I think kind of cool that you could just like go to another country. Granted, like as an American who lived not that far from Canada, I'd never been. So
yeah, I mean, I'm sure there are lots of Argentines that have never been to Uruguay. But which is the same thing as like a lot of Americans have never been to Canada,
right? Or Mexico. It's a common escapadita.
Yeah,
you go
unless you're breaking up.
Oh yeah, beware the couples that go to Colonia.
Break up soon after. It's a curse.
You're cursed.
It's cursed.
So
like if you're going there because you're on your last leg of the relationship, maybe don't. Maybe go to like Mendoza.
Maybe get drunk in Mendoza and then fall asleep in the sun and like adopt a dog that was like living in the vineyard. And that's a better bet.
Yeah.
Relationship advice from me, who clearly knows so much because clearly. No comment. So, okay. But I went to Punta. But I'm thinking of, you have the summer. I mean, Uruguay's known for its beaches. Or like Uruguay is known for its beaches.
It's known for a lot of things.
Tell me what it's known for.
Well, it's meat consumption. It's meat. I mean,
but
lácteos,
isn't Argentina known for? We're getting there. But wait, but like that's the thing. So I think there's this people. Here's the thing.
I mean, if you know the beaches, but
right.
Not
but
everyone.
Also, I think
globally, Uruguay is not known for its beaches.
It's like when they say like Saint-Tropez of South America, which I think is kind of funny.
Very few people know that.
We'll get to that. Okay. But watch the hand. Hold on. Lost my train of thought. I was thinking like. Uruguay, Argentines love to be like, es una provincia argentina.
La provincia rebelde.
Which I do have a problem with only because I feel like it just obviously feeds into the arrogance of the Argentine ego, which like, fine.
Yeah.
I get if you look at the map, it could be like a little like elbow add-on.
I mean, it was all happening around the same time.
And the Spanish is very similar. Like I get it. Like we sound alike. I mean, because with Chile, there's like literally like the mountains dividing us. So it's like a whole other fucking planet. Like I go to Chile and I'm like, I don't know what's happening.
Yeah.
Like I don't understand anyone.
Yeah,
I do not identify.
When I explain being Uruguayan to people at home, I'd be like, it's like being Argentine because, we speak the same way. We share many of the same things in our culture, food,
Yeah.
language, etc. So
It's like a little more bucolic, like a lot of rolling hills.
I mean, it's just like more progressive too, I would say.
in
terms of timeline.
Because Argentina is pretty progressive.
Right, but I mean in terms of when we did things, because we did them first.
Oh my God, competition.
You're talking about weed?
And abortion.
And gay marriage.
Tell me, enlighten me.
Well, gay marriage, I think, was 2012, and that was the first Latin American country to do so. Same with weed, it was 2013, I believe. And it was the same Latin America. The first country in the world was Uruguay to legalize weed.
This is a lot of superlatives. Like Argentina loves to be like, we have Messi, we have Maradona, we have Maxima, we have 9 de Julio.
Yeah.
But we've got gays putting rings on it. We have people getting stoned.
Yeah.
And then we also have abortion, right?
Abortion, the first in Latin America, yeah. We also have the highest suicide rate.
In Latin America?
In Latin America, yeah. It's like really high. Like I think it was like 700 people killed themselves last year or something. So I mean, if you've been to Montevideo, you kind of understand why.
The Lord giveth, and He also taketh away.
It's a little.
Montevideo is gloomy.
It's gloom city.
Like, cause like here's the thing. So like Montevideo and Buenos Aires, you could kind of say they're sister cities, but not but they're like inverse because Buenos Aires is a city that like you don't even realize we're on the river. It like turns its back to the river. It's like the famous saying. Whereas Montevideo has like this beautiful rambla all the way around. And so it's like everything's on the water. And you guys have like the prettier water because of the currents. Well, it's like less gray. Less
rio, más like actual ocean.
Right.
And also the rambla is, it has like life. People, there's a whole rambla culture of people like going and drinking their mate and watching the sunset and having a beer, or walking their dogs, or rollerblading, whatever. But
why do people in Latin America love to rollerblade so much?
I don't know. I think it's like stuck in the 80s, 80s, 90s. Like,
I don't know how.
They say like trends here come here like 10 years after the fact. So
try like 30.
Yeah. Exactly. Well, there you go.
Yeah. So like Montevideo does have a gloom. Like Colonia is like cute and charming. You go for like a day and a night and you're fine. You're done and dusted. But it does have like, it's lovely. I would say like definitely go UNESCO, like World Heritage Site.
Colonia's
like
lovely.
Cool.
Carmelo, cool wine. It's also
Carmelo kind of gives me like sinister vibes though.
The town is a little sinister.
And I feel like all the hotels there are just like fronts.
Falling apart.
And they're like fronts for things that are happening. So if you have an inside tip, please DM me.
Yeah. What's really happening in Carmelo? We all want to know.
What is happening in Carmelo? But then you got Montevideo, which is like, so I mean, if Uruguay has 3 million people, Montevideo has like more than like half of that, right?
Yeah, but I don't know where they all are because
that's what I
Every
want.
time I go there, it looks like a movie set.
That's what I wanted to say. That's like my appreciation. First of all, I would like to say que conste en acta. I love Uruguay. I always say Uruguay es mi lugar en el mundo. I really did like.
It's great.
There's something about it there. I feel super like I just love it. I love Uruguay. I love Argentina, obviously, but Uruguay is like amazing. However, Montevideo is like la ciudad donde todos los días es domingo.
Todos los días es domingo.
Where is everybody?
It's
Where'd they
sleepy, quirky.
¿Dónde está la gente?
Expensive.
But also, yeah.
But yeah, I don't know where everybody is. Like, I think, well, like we said, the population hasn't changed in many, many, many years. So a lot of people leave the country, but I don't know where the fuck they all are. I guess with their families on the weekend.
But I guess it's like porteños are so like out. So like we are out. Like we are outside. We are walking. We are stomping the sidewalks. We are chatting. We're running errands. We're doing stuff. Montevideo is just like
it's a sleepy town.
It is very sleepy. But I kind of like
everything like the life rhythm is slow.
They walk very slowly.
Oh my God, I know.
They walk
there's zero hustle.
It's like they're all on ketamine.
Yeah. They're in a ketamine coma.
They're in a full ketamine coma and they're just like, what is happening?
What happened to Maya? What happened to Montevideo?
Oh my God. I mean, hey, si tienen para convidar, sure. Like,
no,
great. But like, I mean, Montevideo has like really cool architecture.
It's quirky.
There's this is what I said, the twin sister moment, twin city, because Buenos Aires has the Palacio Barolo.
Sí.
And you guys have, what's it called?
Palacio Salvo, which is the same architect. And it's all haunted. I don't know if you guys know.
It's fully, but first, tell me about the ghost in 1 second. But I would like to note that because I love this is so classic. These two buildings are like meant to like they're the same, and their lighthouses are supposed to like the lights are supposed to do like a connection across the river because that's like not at all queer. It's like meet my light, but because the curvature of the earth,
it's never gonna happen.
They didn't plan for that, and so the lights are just like yearning for each other into eternity.
Oh, that's poetic.
Into a yearnity.
Maybe they meant it to be that way.
But tell me about the ghost.
So there's a ghost. He lives in the Palacio Salvo, apparently between the 7th and 8th
Not
floors.
too bad. Nice digs.
Yeah, nice digs. He's a friendly ghost apparently. He appears, I think he's has an anniversary where he shows himself, but Apparently, between the
Cute.
7th and 8th floors, you can just feel his presence. I did stay there for a week when I was like moving to Uruguay and like an Airbnb, and I had a very just like the vibes in that place. Not that Airbnb was fine, but the hallway, the elevator, it's pretty sinister. I mean, it's not because apparently he's a friendly
It's
ghost, but
spooky.
it's spooky as fuck. The lights like flicker.
Okay, I'm gonna
it's
say
cold.
no.
No,
I don't.
the architecture is like weird. Like there's like I don't know, weird animals like in the like facade of the building. It's
I would-
cool, but it's weird.
I would like to opt out of that. Cool but weird. Name of my sex tape.
Yeah.
Param.
But
Getting to Uruguay because I mean, my brain obviously, if you can't tell, is a jumble of macaroni salad.
Getting to Uruguay.
Because we're talking about
I think
Colonia, right?
and we need to do like a libro de quejas for just for getting to Uruguay that just talks about Buquebus.
Why is it so hard? Not hard. It's like, I mean, you think, okay, Paige, it's not hard. There's Colonia Express, there's Buquebus, que pun, que pan, you're there. First of all, Buquebus is like the biggest monopoly in the world.
I know.
Like Jeff Bezos has nothing on these people.
I know.
Like, please make it make sense.
I don't get it.
Why
I
is
mean,
it so expensive to get on the Buquebus? And
why does it take 3 hours now when apparently el barco más rápido del mundo?
Yeah, this is
it
not-
used to be.
the other superlative of
Right.
so the new like the guys like the new, if you don't know, the new like quote unquote new, now it's been several years,
Francisco.
the Buque Francisco in homage to Papa Francisco, Pope Francis, was like touted as like the fastest boat in the world, which is incomprobable. I would like to
yeah, like
Fuente
where?
Pirex.
Yeah,
literally
where are your sources?
show your work. But it would get, the whole thing was you could get to Montevideo from Buenos Aires in 2 hours and 12 minutes.
Yeah,
Now
no,
it
that's a
takes
lie.
about 2 hours 55.
If you're in primera clase and you get to get off the boat first, and but door to
Yeah.
door, it's like it's a long time.
It's
I'm
like,
just glad they got rid of that carpeting.
oh my God, you used to have to wear these like
Booties.
surgical booties over your shoes because they didn't want you to ruin the carpet. And it was
Yeah,
like,
it was
guys,
gross.
have you planned ahead? Have you thought that maybe this boat would be used every day by thousands of people? Maybe don't put fucking wall-to-wall carpet on a boat. What
Yeah,
if
it was
someone
gross.
vomits? I'm sorry. Seasickness is real.
It's true. What do you buy in the free shop?
Well, we know the Argentines love a free shop.
Oh my God,
we talked
they
about that
love
I
the
think
free
on the
shop.
airports episode.
They love a free
the-
shop.
El duty free. The duty free. So well, that's the thing. I remember like when I went to Colonia, when I went to Punta for the first time, we took the overnight lento, the barco lento,
El
Dia Isabel, which is
En
like
paz descanse.
3 hours from Buenos Aires to Colonia, and then we
Yeah.
like drove.
Which
It was like a moving city, and they had like entertainment. They had like a casino. It was like
they had
very
arcade games.
It was very bizarre.
Yeah.
But that was like my first encounter with like the floating free shop. And then the Buquebus now has just, it's one floor, but there used to be one that was a double decker
Mhm.
free shop. When they announce, guys, on the Buquebus, and it's like when we've left port about 15 minutes after, and it's like, damas y caballeros, estimados pasajeros, les informamos que está abierta la casa de cambio y el free shop, and literally everyone drops what they're doing and they
It's
act
true. It's
like
true.
they've just said like we've opened the
Free money.
like free money and puppies, and like people literally go and it's like arrasan, but like why? Because literally M&Ms cost $25.
Literally, yeah, it's ridiculous.
They have
I like to peruse.
We all love to browse
and see, like, first of all, I'd like to know who the curator of the Buquebus is, because sometimes they have some really random shit on there,
They-
like
like what
Chef
felt-
Boyardee.
like what fell off
Or-
like a back of a truck and just got put on the Buquebus.
I think they just like go to Costco and like pick random shit. I swear.
Yeah,
and they're
because
like,
they
this will
have
look good.
everything-
And they're gonna love the canned ravioli.
They have they have all the Kirkland brand.
Exactly,
It's
that's what I
all
mean.
like
It's
Costco,
Costco.
like pepper,
Yeah.
like
Red pepper flakes,
they
garlic.
have like foie gras.
Oh my God, yeah. They
I have
like,
to admit that the one time I went to Montevideo, I bought 3 bottles of Absolute Vodka Vainilla because I used to drink that a lot.
And you're telling that to an entire
On the
audience of
record.
people.
Yeah, this was like 2017, I think. And I bought a lot of Absolute Vodka Vainilla, which was my favorite.
I am sorry for your loss.
Yeah.
But it was cheaper than in Argentina.
Well, that's the thing. So some things, like
some things are worth it.
I think that
I'm
alcohol
sorry.
and cigarettes are cheaper in the free shop than in like.
I mean, I
regular
personally
place.
think a giant thing of red pepper flakes is worth it because I can't really get that.
okay,
and hot sauces.
the red pepper grinder that is literally the size bigger than my head is like $50,
Okay,
Laura.
That's
I think this
not. That's a splurge.
this is
That is unnecessary.
I think what happens is that people go in there and they act like the rules of the outside world do not apply.
Well, they don't. You're at sea.
International waters.
Yeah, exactly.
You're at sea. Maritime law.
Yeah.
What do you buy at the free shop? At the free shop?
I look for like skin stuff that's fun. I spray myself with expensive perfume, and then I just look for like fun hot sauces that I can't get at the supermarket here. Like I
True.
like the Truff brand, which is on basic. I like that shit. But
Scruff?
Truff. But yeah, like that just stuff I can't get here basically.
Like Victoria's Secret underwear?
Oh my god, I forgot there's an entire section, Victoria's Secret section of the free shop.
It's
at
like
the back.
JanSport backpacks, Ray-Bans, and
then
Victoria's Secret. Like again, like who brings that? Like where does that come? Like because in Buenos Aires, you can't like get any of this shit. So it's like in the. It's just I'm so fascinated by like what is happening on international waters. And
People are buying thongs.
Oh my god! Well, if you're gonna go down, you might as well go down in style.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, I did see a thing of like what Tylenol PM for like $50.
I bought that. I literally bought that. I mean, sometimes you just need a really good night's sleep.
Truth. Truer words have never been spoken. I mean, what have I bought? I usually buy like I love Haribo.
Yes.
Basic. I have a Haribo addiction. I mean, the Bounty is like my fave. Those chocolates, like they're like Mounds bars, the coconut and chocolate, but they're like they have the packaging is smaller. I mean, inflation has hit the free shop. I would like us to do a deep dive because I feel like it's gotten more expensive.
Well, I mean, segue. What about the people that got stuck on the Buquebus for 12 hours recently, coming to Argentina for the
My worst nightmare.
World Cup? They were literally trapped on the boat for 12 hours. They hadn't even left the port, so like make it make sense.
I had a worse thing happening to me when I was coming back. There was a despedida soltera.
Oh my god!
Oh.
And they
I would
gave
jump
her
off
the
the boat.
microphone.
No.
Oh, what?
That should not. Straight people should not have rights.
No,
Sorry.
Straight to jail. That she goes.
That is terrible. Wait, but like that. Well, wait, I'm trying to think. I was on a boat once. I was coming back from Punta, but coming through Colonia, thankfully, because the boat that was leaving from Montevideo had problems mid-journey, had to turn around and come back, and they bust everyone from Montevideo to Colonia.
Oh god.
And anyway, I was like, I mean, at least I was like, I had to deal with them, but I wasn't the one who was stuck in the middle of the river. But like, people get crazy on those boats.
Yeah, they started like breaking things, which I would do too if I was stuck on a Buquebus for 12 hours.
Because it gets like hot in there.
Yeah. Well, funny you should say hot. One time, one of the first times I went to Uruguay after I'd moved here, I took like the very small Colonia Express boat, and we had docked, and for some reason like they hadn't opened the doors right away, and it was summer, so it was hot.
Oof.
And we were kind of just stuck waiting, and like whatever. I was like, I wasn't in a rush, but people were complaining, and people started freaking the fuck out. They started screaming like, "Abre las puertas!" Somebody was like, "I have a baby," and then this guy was like, "Se me van a derretir los chocolates."
Priorities.
Yeah, he was very upset, but eventually they opened the doors and we survived. So.
Well,
I don't know about his chocolates, but
rumor has that he works in diplomacy.
Oh
my god! It's like people like suspend, like people go insane, like and they get crazy, and then like they're going to Uruguay, especially in the summer. Oh my god! It's like it's like this exodus because I mean in Punta, I mean it's like the place to be.
January, February,
and las playas esteñas. Like if you go to any tabloid in Argentina, everyone has decamped to Uruguay.
Jose Ignacio.
I mean, obviously, like Susana Jimenez has her mega chakra. Marcelo Tinelli has his La Bollita. I mean, all of the glitterati are there, and they only pack like white linen clothing. Like it's literally
it's like
Niña Lino. They're in a full cult. Jared Leto will be there in 2 seconds. Mark 100%. My words. And like it's just that's where that gets. I guess like the Punta gets the South America kind of like whatever comparison, which is a bit ridiculous to me because it's like Punta is like stuck in 1970 and I love it. Like I love that.
Me too.
But yeah, you have this like it becomes this like crazy luxe, like super moneyed for like 4 weeks out of the year. Like January is like
then it's like again, it's just a sleepy towns.
Yeah. Sleepy fisherman town.
I remember the first time I went there, I was a kid. There was no La Huecha. There was nothing there. It was just like the lighthouse.
Like literally nothing. And now it's like, but I mean, La Huecha is one of the 50 best restaurants in the world.
And it's been around for,
but it's
like what? I don't even know how long.
It's around for at least 20 years.
Okay. Yeah.
And it's fabulous. It stands up. Like it's up. The hype is real. It is so good.
It's great.
But it's just so funny because like, it's in the summer, it becomes this like place to see and be seen.
Yeah.
And like everyone's like jockeying for a table and all the Brazilians are yelling like, Maizun! And then you have these like, American men like in boat shoes
eating their pulpo,
and they're like think they're cool, and I'm like, you're not cool.
Yeah.
And then you have
get
like
out.
all the like hot moms in like their Louis Vuitton tote bags, and like they haven't eaten in 4 months, and like they have 12 children, so like and they live in like Pilar. No, so they live in La Urqueta, but we love Jose Ignacio. It's beautiful. Like the beaches in Uruguay are great. We love Punta, but it's just kind of funny that it's like this for a lot of Argentines. It's like I mean, Uruguay's expensive. Punto.
So
I mean,
expensive.
Uruguay is expensive in general.
It's like being in the States expensive. Like
Yeah,
a flat white, your flat white índice, it's like $5 or something crazy.
It's bonkers. And you're like, con qué cara me cobran esto? But then
this economy?
And truly. And then you go to Punta in the summer and it's like, I mean, every year in the news, they do like, ¿qué cuestan las cosas en Punta del Este este verano? And it's like,
God.
you know, una quincena alquiler en la barra or like whatever. And so you have like, you know, and then they do this comparison. We're all like fixated and it's kind of hilarious and I do love it. But also like, I'm also like, how is everyone paying for this? Like what?
They give you I don't know, because the average sueldo in Uruguay, I mean, Uruguayans, I think is like $1,000. So like,
well, that's like 5 times more than the average salary here.
Well, yeah, it is. Of course, there has to be because like the prices in Uruguay are bonkers. You know, like it's crazy to go out to eat. You could spend $100 easily.
And they don't even go out.
Yeah, they don't even go out because there's no one in the streets. It literally looks like a movie set. I was just there, and I filmed a video. I just like turned around and like there's no one around. It's like creepy but cool. I think it's cool, but it's kind of creepy.
It is cool.
Yeah, no, it's totally Resident Evil vibes.
Yeah,
totally. Yeah.
It does kind of give you. You're like a little on edge. You're like, but then it's like tranqui and feels safe because like Uruguay is pretty safe, right? Like compared.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's safe. I've never gotten robbed. For example, like here, I've almost gotten robbed many times.
Right,
but there are less cops than there are here. Like
Everyone's
on the
just
street,
and that's why
like,
it's safer.
Perhaps
a cab. But I mean, it's funny because we're just so used to, we're so used to seeing like people out and about at all hours, and we're used to seeing like police or not, or even just like doormen. I mean, there's just like people around, and so maybe it's like it kind of puts you on edge because you're like, again, like, am I missing something? But like, yeah. Well, if anyone knows where the Uruguayans are, please call me.
Yeah, let us know. I don't know.
I mean, maybe they're all in like Punta del Diablo. What's that? That I feel like I have never
Punta
been.
del Diablo.
It's like a hippie hostel central, right?
Hippie Norte, and Brazilians go there primarily, and they're like some Americans, but like I mean, that's far. It's like 5 hours from Montevideo.
Hay tener ganas.
I get there muchas ganas, and it's like fine. It's kind of overpriced, and if you go in high season, it's just like a lot of people.
Isn't there like no running water or something?
That's Cabo Polonio. That has no. But Cabo Polonio is beautiful. There's no running water. There's no running water. There's no electricity. So you can't see at night, but in a cool way.
Sure.
No, it's beautiful because like people have solar panels, so there is light, but primarily people use like candles and stuff. So it's like really cool, and you can see the stars in a way that you can't see from anywhere else.
Sure, Jan.
You know what? Maybe you should go there.
Maybe I will. Maybe someone should take me there. But you know what? Also, I feel like it's far. Don't you have to like take a thing across the dunes?
You take like a dune buggy, which is cool because there's no cars allowed. So you climb onto these like monster trucks essentially, and then they just like transport you onto the dunes, onto the sand. It's cool. Maybe you should try it.
Different strokes.
Maybe I have to be there.
Sure. I'll be in Jose Ignacio at La Huesha having my little pulpito.
Yeah, and I'll be last time I went to Cabo Polonio, I got COVID, so I don't know.
Great.
The next time I'll be going back. Granted, it was New Year's Eve and I was
also
at a rave on the beach, so.
Aisha. So cool.
And
also,
I
feel like
my Birkenstocks because I'm gay.
But then like, you know, the gay court sends you a new pair like regulation.
Oh yeah, obviously.
I mean, you know.
I mean, you can't be without those.
I mean, would you veranear like
In Cabo Polonio?
No, in Punta in Uruguay? Like,
yes.
How do you like? But how do you feel? How do you feel? Like, do you prefer like I like Punta in the off season, like winter.
Same. I like in December or February 2nd, like after Carnival.
Yeah, my fave times are the 8 de diciembre.
Yeah.
To like kick off the verano and like Carnaval.
Before the masses arrive, before all the like, no offense, Argentina, the shitty Argentines and the loud Brazilians arrive, that's when I like to go.
And also just because then it's like there's too much traffic. There's like it's like a 1-lane road, and it's just like it's not fun.
No.
And again, everyone's like La Fiesta Chandón. Ay, vamos al. I mean, it's like not my vibe. But I love the beaches are so beautiful.
They're beautiful. They're peaceful. They're like they're still untouched, which is why we should maybe stop talking about Punta del Este so people don't go.
Yeah, don't go. But when I like to go to Uruguay, I like to eat and drink a lot of things because there's a lot of overlap. Like you said, we've got the milanesa, we've got whatever. But like. I mean, I love
a chivito.
But like, okay, I have a question because
did you know?
Well, because I was gonna say because like I want to know because a chivito is a goat,
right?
And so I was always like, is this a goat sandwich? But it's beef, right?
Yeah, it's
so good.
Like basically like a lomo sandwich. It's just like a steak sandwich with. You can get it with a lot of things. You can do like a simple, which is just ham, cheese, lettuce, tomato, or
the four main food groups,
the pillars of the food group. Yeah, or you could get a canadiense, which has like bacon, Canadian bacon, egg, like bomba. But did
Justin Trudeau approve that?
I don't know. Maybe we should send him one. But actually, the chivito was invented by an Argentine. I know. Fun fact, listeners. Apparently, an Argentine tourist in Punta del Este in like the 40s went to a restaurant, ordered a chivo sandwich.
As one does.
Yeah, I love a goat sandwich. And they didn't have that. So the guy just made a steak sandwich. It was like, it's un chivito. And there we go. The chivito was born. So the more you know.
That is a beautiful folklore story.
Yeah.
La pasiva.
Love la pasiva.
Oh, you love a pasiva.
I mean, who doesn't?
You are a pasiva.
Who doesn't?
Activo, pasivo, el tipo.
Latina.
I want like La Pasiva merch. I want like a t-shirt of that little like enano clavándose un pancho. It's it's
yeah,
great.
that I mean, because we like the chivito is kind of like the icon. It's like you go, it's kind of like coming here. It's like you have to have steak. It's like the generic thing, but Uruguay is like the chivito.
Yeah, it's
and
the
then
chivito capital of the world.
And also, but because you were saying before, they have like really good dairy, which Argentina doesn't do as well. So we have like really good dulce leche.
Dulce leche con aprole. Sorry, supreme.
The requesón
Oh.
is literally
Requesón,
crack.
so good. It's just I don't even
What
know
is
what
it?
requesón- I was gonna say I don't really know what requesón is. I think it's just like a better cream cheese. Like it's like
But
a
it's-
creamier cream cheese.
But it's like not. It's
but
like
processed.
I
Like
thought
a
it was
really processed.
Ricota.
No,
no, not at all.
It's
Because
not.
it's
not
like
ricota.
salty. I mean, it's like so
smooth.
Also, I love because it's like queso
Spreadable.
is cheese and quesón is like lots of cheese and requesón. It's like
requesón.
let's do like
This is
the
Brazilian. You know that, right? It's actually Brazilian.
requesão.
Requesão. Yeah,
Ew.
Brazilian. But
Sorry.
Ew. Okay.
You're
Ew.
making a lot of enemies from Brazil today.
Yeah, you are. Who hurt you in Brazil?
To be continued. A
Um,
coxinha because I ate too
I was
many
gonna
of
say,
them.
did a coxinha hurt you? No, but yeah, requesón is amazing. Also, like in Uruguay, we say bizcochitos, not facturas.
Ooh,
And we
confusing.
have ones that are salado, like salty ones, which I personally
Savory?
enjoy more. Savory, sorry. So
Spanglish.
my Spanglish.
A salty
a
factura.
salty factura. Like they have them filled with cheese or ham, so they're different.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I also well, I love the dulce. Well, requesón is my fave. Also, because it comes in a glass little jar, and you can like save the glass and like use it
You
to put a
can
flower in.
repurpose it. Reuse, repurpose, recycle.
Reduce, reuse,
Oh.
Rihanna.
Almost.
Almost. But my fave thing that I was really bummed last time I went, they didn't have anymore is the Ricardito.
Que en paz descanse.
Like-
yeah, they stopped making them. That's like it's like
What's that, Ricardito?
it's like a chocolate covered marshmallow, basically cookie thing.
It is the best
It's
thing you'll ever
very
eat in your
good,
life.
yeah. And they stopped making them, and it's just I don't know why they stopped making them. They've been around for like 100 years. Don't quote me on that, but
They were like so
iconic.
good. It was like you can't get a marshmallow treat here.
yeah, no, they're so good. But I don't know, they just
Also,
pulled them.
who is Ricardo?
I don't know. We should have googled that.
You
for
should have.
this.
Well, you didn't do your homework.
Yeah. Shit.
That's why you're my third
Yes,
alternate.
that, those.
Yes.
The ghost in the room is pointing to Ricardito. We should have. Well, there are no more. so
There are no
can't-
more. We
can't
couldn't have
bring
brought
one
them.
as a prop, but
We should have come back with churros Manolo.
oh,
Because I feel
the
like
best
the
churros.
Uruguayans do good chur.
They do a good chur. But well, there's a Manolo in ¿cómo se llama? Mar del Plata. But the OG churros Manolo is in Punta del Este. So
And how much is a
We are learning
churro?
a lot of new things today.
yeah.
Yeah, this is an educational episode.
Exactly.
This you get a
The more you know. Again,
you can
they're
get a
so-
scholarship to listen to this.
Those churros. I mean, like, yeah, those two things you have to get: chivito, churro Manolo.
And then you wash it down with a colette.
Oh,
I
the colette.
love a
The
colette.
Oh, that's nostalgia right there.
Chocolate milk, ice cold.
Is it milk? It's like
It's a
chocolate
milk-
beverage.
chocolate drink.
Yeah.
But
Whatever.
So it will cure. Like I go to the grocery store in Uruguay,
Oh my god, yeah.
and I
that's like,
act like I have never seen a grocery store in my life.
well,
like-
because the grocery stores in Uruguay, the Disco Fresh Market in Punta Carretas is my happy place because it's like being at home. There's like all the imported products. It's so easy to spend like $1,000, but
Like, no
they have
one-
everything.
And like no wonder Argentines like are a little salty about Uruguay because I feel like there's like this love for it because it's like we all like
Yes.
we're obsessed with Uruguay because it's amazing, but then it's also like they have stuff that we don't have and we kind of
Yeah,
are
like I
upset
feel like
about
a lot
it.
of Argentines are like, oh, little Uruguay, and other Argentines are like, meh, Uruguay, like kind of salty. That
Nuestra
they-
provincia, they love
Yeah,
to like
that's-
sort of despreciarlo.
Well, I think they're a little salty too that it's such a neighboring country with very similar culture that's like not as stable economically, and so like we see that they see the similarities and also these like stark differences. but-
Yeah. Like they have Frank's hot sauce and we don't.
yeah, I know.
What's up with that? Like
I mean, talk to the Aduana.
I talked to like the secretaria de comercio. I'm like Paige se postula para la política.
Sí, sí.
Juliana economista. But I
Bring
think
over the mac and cheese.
but like all of those little treats. I mean, like you go in and it's like oh my God, they have everything. They have like imported wine because like, here it's, I
yeah.
mean, we have so many, we don't need like necessarily international wines here,
Right.
but you go there and you have like everything. And also I love tanat. We do love
Yeah.
tanat.
Love a tanat.
But if you had to choose between Malbec and tanat, what would you choose?
Malbec.
Same.
Yeah.
But like, duh, because tanat's like pretty strong. It's tannic.
It's a full body.
It's in the name.
Mhm.
It'll get those glands going. I don't know. I clearly am not a sommelier, but I mean, I love a tanat with like a nice asadito or something kind of
Hey,
strong. But
Entraña.
I'm not gonna like sip it as the sun goes down.
Proboleta.
Mm.
I'm hungry.
Oh, you're just like practicing words. You're like macaron.
Yeah.
Terro.
Yeah. So, what else we have on our list of things to talk about Uruguay?
I don't know. I didn't make a list because this is a totally spontaneous podcast, and
I mean,
Why are Eurasians so slow?
because they're on ketamine.
Yeah, I think it's just part of their culture. I don't know. They don't have a reason to hustle.
They have nowhere to go.
Exactly. They have nowhere to go. To walk to La Rambla. That's it.
Oh, I know. I'm going to tell you where they're going. This is
Crazy.
this is what I've noticed. Like again, I'm reitero. Love Uruguay. Love the Uruguayan gente. Love everything about it. What is their obsession with like a chunky knit?
Oh
Like
my God.
everyone's wearing like a chunky knit beret, like a chunky knit sweater. It looks like they all look like they come from Almagro.
Mal. They are not style icons, I would say.
They're definitely not. They're not.
They're
I'm
like
sorry.
a little granola. They're like kind of hippies.
They definitely feel very
I mean, no
progre
wonder
todos.
weed was legalized there first. It makes sense. Checks out.
They do look like they're slow because they're stoned.
Maybe that's a good theory. That's a good theory.
It's contact
But
high.
they definitely do love a chunky knit. I agree.
Like it's always like, and it's
sweaters.
like, and it's like fuchsia with gray,
A
and
beret.
it's like those colors don't go together.
Yeah,
And
well, they do in Uruguay.
and they look a little itchy always. Like I'm
Yeah.
kind of like I want to brush their hair.
yeah.
Like
Same.
they're definitely not chic. Like I do. Oh my God! One time I was in Colonia.
Hey, you're gonna make some enemies with that one.
I call it like I see it. Okay, por algo llevo esta remera puesta. I went to Uruguay. I went to Colonia for a weekend once in like June, and so you can imagine how bleak that was. It was winter,
Oh my
and
God.
it was really cold. Like it was not sunny. It was not like a nice sunny winter day. It was gross and gray and damp. And there's like a little shopping mall in Colonia.
Yeah.
Um,
I know it.
I recognized zero of the brands. Like there were like it was
Oh,
like
you mean tits?
oh yeah, that's a store.
Yeah, it's called tits.
It's called Tits. Who invented that?
I don't know.
But I don't think there even is a Tits in the Colonia Mall. But there were like, and I was like, I was like, what? I feel like I was in a simulation. I was like, I feel like this is like what a robot would come up with
yeah,
if
it's
someone
like
was like,
Donny Hilfiger.
and like it's all like really weird turtlenecks and like the
Knit
colors,
turtlenecks.
the colors that like no one wants.
Right.
But like, I mean, Uruguayans are. We're talking about how progressive they are. I mean, they do have their politics. Like they're super. I feel like they're all very like engaged politically. Like because there was a dictatorship
Yeah.
around the same time as here, right?
Yeah, a lot of people died.
And they were desaparecidos.
Muchos desaparecidos. I don't know the exact number, but they have a Marcha de Silencio in May every year. You see like people put signs up. It's like a daisy is the logo with like a petal missing, and you see them all over the city, just like donde están. So it was the same kind of golpe that happened here, and it was very important, a big loss, and something people talk about still, which is great.
Yeah, that is really good. And I feel like, and the president's like Mujica, right? We love him and his dogs.
We love Pepe. We love el Pepe. We
Pepe-
don't really love La Calle Po so much. He's like not
No.
really for la gente.
No, he's not
tanto.
por el pueblo. But Mujica is like a icono del pueblo,
Sí.
and he has like 20 million old dogs.
He does. We love him.
And was he involved? But was he involved? Like, was he
In
like an activist?
He was in jail. He went to jail.
God, he's like
Yeah.
South America's Nelson Mandela.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Don't quote me on that, but I'm just saying, I'm drawing parallels, just trying
Yeah.
to make it relevant to people who have a
Yeah.
north centrist view of the world.
Yeah, we love it, Pepe.
And like, what's he doing now?
He's just like he goes on TV sometimes and says like funny things. I don't know.
I'm gonna
He
Google him
recently
right now.
said something about Argentina that I think got a lot of Argentines like in a tiff. Or no, maybe that was Sanguinetti, the ex president, who said something about Argentina, and all these Argentines got very upset about it.
He did. He did 3 days ago. He said about the dictatorship in Uruguay. He said it's time to cerrar el duelo.
Ooh.
So maybe people were upset about that. Like he's like, time to move on. I would say,
I don't think we should ever move on from that. I think we should keep talking about it.
yeah,
forever.
never. No, literally nunca más. And always.
Yeah.
But I'm looking at I just Googled him and his dogs. He drives like a beat up Volkswagen.
Yeah, he's always had.
He literally looks like.
yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna.
He's old. How old is he? He's like 90.
He literally is wearing like an old beret. He's
Yeah.
wearing like clothes that
We
are.
should put a photo up of
He's
him.
88. Oh my
Yeah.
god. He like if you saw him in the street, you'd be like, this person is not in politics, let alone the head of state. And I love him for that. And he has like he's just like, oh, and he has his
You know,
little
he's-
termo and his little like
Yeah.
¿Qué más
He's like-
uruguayo?
I was gonna say he's as uruguayo as they get.
Well, as uruguayo is the word bo.
Bo.
Can you explain that to me?
Bo. Well, it's like
'Cause,
boss,
well-
pero Uruguayans are bo. You know, I'm not a fan of the bo. I don't say the
There's
bo.
like- 'cause I
I do
mean-
say ta.
Da.
Ta.
That is great. I
Ta,
feel-
ta is very versatile. Ta. Ta, 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 ta. Ta?
it's
Ta
like
is a full sentence.
it's a fully complete sentence. Bo is like weird though.
It's like a boludo. You know, it's used the same way. Like, ay, bo,
Like,
no sé
hola,
qué.
bo.
Hola, bo. O bo no hagas esto. No sé. It's like a filler word almost.
What other words do we have? Like, because I feel like a lot of the, I mean,
Well, we
Spanish
have a
does
lot of-
sound like super similar, but
we-
maybe there's a weird slang.
Well, we have a lot of differences in specific words. Like, for example, we say championes instead of zapatillas.
You say tú.
We say tú. We also say tú. That's true.
That's weird.
true.
That's a huge
That's
difference.
true.
Es
Um,
true. Es true.
Well, we say vos, but we also say tú. Which is something I didn't realize because I say that sometimes and people pick up on it here and they're like, "Well, you speak funny," and I'm like,
Because
"Well,
you speak
do
like a
you-
novela.
Do you feel
Like
discriminated
none.
against?
sorry,
Do you feel discriminated against?
no." I mean, I'm a woman, so yeah, I'm lesbian, and yeah, so in that sense, of course,
But not because of your bonus.
no
But like, okay, Championes,
championes, which is the champion brand, obviously.
I think that's amazing.
I love championes. I used to say championes until people here were like, "Son zapatillas," and then I stopped.
Zapatilla reminds me of like power strip that you buy at the ferreteria. Like you
Yeah.
should bring back Championes.
I am.
It's
I'm gonna-
official.
I'm gonna, yeah. That starts today.
It starts now.
There's what else? Gurises. You know,
What?
gurises
Gurises.
en vez de pibes or chicos. It's the same
Ay,
thing.
can you say gurisa?
Gurisa. No, it's gurises.
It's always guri.
It's
Or,
plural.
But
Lotija.
we say Urises as well. Like in the north of Argentina. We
Ah,
say
bueno,
Urises.
yeah.
Like Entre Rios, Salda.
Bueno,
Entre Rios.
Entre Rios.
Entre Rios. Botija is.
¿Qué?
Botija is also like pibe. Or it's like, yeah, like pendejo. Pendejo, more like pendejo.
A little more like.
What else?
What do you call the school liceo?
Oh yeah, liceo is en vez de la primaria, it's liceo.
That
for
sounds
high
like
school.
that sounds like more chic,
It does because we are chic.
except for the
Take
knits.
it back.
Except for the chunky knits.
Chunky.
Like you have
knits.
so many more dollars than we do, and you cannot dress to save your life.
Well, you know that's because all we have is H&M and Forever 21.
Oh, you do.
Although R.I.P. Forever 21, it's gone. They left.
Because no one was going.
Yeah, because it's fucking expensive.
Oh,
No,
but-
because they have like the smallest sizes ever.
Oh my god, that's true. Yeah,
They
they're
had
not
like
inclusive.
S and extra S and
extra.
little S.
Baby, newborn baby.
Right.
Yeah.
It was like a cheese for.
Are Uruguayans fat phobic like Argentines?
Oh my god, yes. I mean, my family members are. Oops, no, off the record.
People that you know, sort of, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think.
Like, I
so.
mean, it's
I
like-
think that's like a general cultural
Latin
thing.
American
like,
thing?
Yeah, like a Latin
Like they're
American
just very like
thing.
image focused.
Yeah, I mean, they drink mate all day because that doesn't like make you hungry. So,
I told you that,
That's a
Marcos.
lie. Well, it doesn't work for me.
Well,
well,
you're a growing boy.
yeah, but no, I think there is definitely fat phobia. I mean, at least in the people I know, my circles.
So I'll call your therapist later and ask her what she has to say.
Mom,
Mommy issues.
yeah,
Colette light.
light,
Colette light.
reggaeton light.
Todo light. Do they have like mate with like extra
What's
speed?
this one? Oh, with extra speed? No, that's just the yellow bag of Canarias. This is the like light,
Do you have to like be a certain age to buy that yellow bag?
probably. Yeah,
To, like show
25
ID.
and up.
How do you go about buying weed in Uruguay? Like, is it like because it's
Oh,
like
good
legal for like
question.
recreational use?
Yeah, so it's legal, period. But so you can do it two ways. You can actually go to a pharmacy, like some pharmacies, not like pharma shop, which is the equivalent of farmacity, but like more like mom and pop pharmacies. You can like buy it. You get like a special carnet that with your cédula you can get, or you join like a cannabis club, which is how most people do it. They
That
join a
sounds
cannabis
fun.
club and then they like deliver the weed to you.
It's
and
like El Club del Queso, but for weed.
yeah,
Like
You
el
have to-
sodero, but they're like el porrero.
tal cual, yeah, and then they deliver it to you.
I
Not
bet, I
like,
bet they're never on time.
Probably not because they're high. They're high on reggaeton
Is your
and
wine
weed.
weed good? Do you know?
I don't. So I, as an ex-stoner.
Oh, I
I-
should have put that in your bio.
Oh my god, yeah. So yeah, it is good. I mean, I don't know. I actually somebody told me that the like pharmacy weed isn't as good as the cannabis club weed because it's like I guess regulated, so it's just like standard. I don't know. Don't quote me on this, but people who consume weed,
I will quote her.
the ganj, they said that the cannabis club weed is better quality and like stronger. And you can like I think pick whether you want like sativa or
what your
indica.
strain is.
Yeah.
Purple haze.
Yeah.
Or like whatever. I
Sour
like have
diesel.
smoked weed twice in my life.
Sour diesel.
Ew, that doesn't sound appealing. Sour diesel?
Yeah, that's that piff.
What is I don't know any of these words.
It's like just strong weed.
There's like a tangerine one also.
Oh wait, there's White Widow also.
That sounds dangerous.
They're like arbitrary names.
That
They
sounds
don't
like
mean
heroin.
anything. Yeah.
Do Uruguayans do other drugs?
That's a good question. I think so. I think there's like a subcultura of like MDMA and ketamine and cocaine. Like there is here.
Like they party.
They party. Yeah, they party.
Just like in slow motion.
Well, that's actually while I was living one through there, I realized that like beyond like the kind of like suicide rate bit, like they have like it reminded me of Berlin in like a sort of underground, like dark, also like the weather, scene.
Yeah, like nothing's very obvious there. Like you have to like kind of find your way.
You do. You definitely have to like seek out the like underground electronic parties, but they're definitely there.
Underground railroad of getting high and dancing.
Exactly. The Whisper Network.
The Whisper Network.
There's a ball scene now in Uruguay.
Oh,
Uruguay.
I didn't know
It's
that.
pretty cool, yeah.
Cool. I didn't know that, no. But yeah, so there is like people listen to electronic music. They also listen to a lot of cachengue, which I am not a fan of.
I cannot support that. I'm so sorry.
I'd rather cabecear un bondi.
Literally.
Maybe you should say what cachengue is.
Oh, cachengue.
What is cachengue?
I don't even fucking know. It's like bad reggaeton. I don't know. It's like cumbia reggaeton, right? Like mixed. I don't know.
I'm gonna define it to you according to Google.
It's not my cup of tea. That's what it is.
Kid.
Like music you listen to on a wedding?
Cumbia turra.
There you go. It's like cumbia and reggaeton had a baby that like
all the songs sound the same.
Smell.
I'm sorry. And like
they do sound the same.
Sobre los gustos no hay nada escrito, and I'm allowed to say I don't like cachengue, so sue me. Literally, like I don't care.
Yeah.
Like listo. Moving on.
I don't love dulce de leche.
What? Okay. No, param.
I mean, I like it. Of course, I like it. I didn't say I didn't like it, guys.
How
right? Like,
dare you?
I just don't like buy it every day or crave it. Really.
I mean, okay. I'm gonna be honest.
I don't have an obsession that most Argentines do with it. Like,
well, because you're not Argentine.
Well, but I'm.
You walked right into that one.
All right.
You did.
Right. Yeah, I did.
And also, your mom probably didn't leave you have it in the house.
No, she was a very healthy eater. I was not allowed sweets or soda.
That explains so much. Oh, yeah. Do Uruguayans love soda like they do here, like Coca-Cola?
They do. They love a Coca Común with their chivito.
Oh.
Coca Gorda. I call it Coca Gorda.
Oh.
Yeah. They love a Coca Común con el chivito y unas fritas or una rusa.
Like I do love
ensalada rusa.
I love ensalada rusa, but like I just think of like the intestinal systems of like all these people eating like
meat and like
cheese
sugar
and sugar and
they need probably a colonic.
Or like they can, they can like I'm like legalize colonics. Hey,
legal.
2023.
Yeah,
here's a concept.
Yeah.
But that's why they drink all of that mate because it makes you go to the bathroom.
That's why they're so skinny. Also, that's
Mate
why they only have
poo-poo.
extra small at Forever 21.
Oh,
yeah. I mean, whatever. We won't miss you, Forever 21.
Wait,
No,
I
we
have
won't.
a question about that. What do you think about murgas?
Oh, I don't like them.
Libro de quejas versión edición
I
uruguaya.
don't like murgas. I think they're just like loud.
Well, wait,
Like,
because
they're like noise.
candombe is like it's very strong in Uruguay,
Yes,
right?
yes,
Is
yes.
that
No,
related to the murga?
Yeah, there's like a big drumming culture. So like on Sundays, they'll have murgas, like different sort of clubs, I guess, that se unen, like they get together and then they walk down the street in various parts of the city and like play the drums. I just like, it's very loud. It's like noise pollution. And the people that go to them are like a little, like they probably
Chunky knit?
Really chunky knit and like they probably need to take a shower. I'm sorry. It's
dirty-
not my cup of tea. Again, like
To each their
I'm gonna
own.
get canceled by my community.
They're gonna revoke your
They're gonna take away
ciudadanía.
my cedula. Yeah.
Oh my god.
A lot of people I know don't like the murgas.
Well, because it's
That's
like very like you said, noise pollution.
yeah, it's loud. It's
Because-
like, and when you're in the Ciudad Vieja and you're at like sometimes Sunday, for example, one of my favorite places to eat, they come down the street and it's like so loud for like half an hour. They're like just drumming along and
Oh my god, little drummer boy.
yeah.
It's like in like San Telmo, they had on Calle Defensa, they
exactly. Yeah, it's the same vibe.
had like
It's the same vibe, but bigger.
like, because
they're,
carnaval,
like,
like,
everywhere.
carnaval in Buenos Aires, like, isn't really that, like, we have the murgas, we have, like, the thing, but I feel like it's not, like, when people think of,
No.
it's not like, Brazil is a whole other level.
There's
But
a
Uruguay
bigger-
has, like, this
yeah.
kind of, like,
There's a-
carnival vibe.
Yeah, there's a whole parade and like there's a much bigger carnival presence in Uruguay
and
with like the drumming and everything in the parade and stuff. So
many drums.
so many drums.
I don't like, and when there's a lot of like Afro-Uruguayans, which I think is kind of cool because like I feel like they're a lot more connected to that part of their culture than we are here. Like there's a lot of like the erasure of the Afro-Argentino.
Yeah,
but I feel like in Uruguay it's like not. It's like more present.
It's more present. Yeah, there's a lot of more mixed people. A lot of also Brazilian mix and influence. A lot of people speak Portuguese. Yeah, I think a lot of people speak Portuguese. I think a lot more people speak Portuguese than like.
I'm sorry. Can we check with production? Have we verified any of Laura's credentials? Because she could just be spitting.
I'm not.
I was just thinking about the gay marriage, and it is actually Argentina, the first one. I googled that.
I did too.
Like Google primero el país latinoamericano.
Yeah, actually, that's true. Argentina was first. That was 2010.
Oh well, okay, so I was wrong. Well, I just made everything up. So
it's like she's not even Argentine.
I'm not even Uruguayan. Just kidding. But do you know who is Uruguayan? Carlos Gardel.
Oh,
it's been proven.
Se ha picado.
I can show my work.
Do you have the receipts?
I do.
Carlos Gardel, you mean like the most iconic Argentine tango singer and musician who like literally his face is plastered all over the city?
Yep. That's the one.
You're telling me he was charrua?
So he was born in Tacuarembó.
That's not a place.
I'm
Googling that right now.
It is. And the reason that
Miss Tacuarembó, that's a movie.
Yeah. And the reason that this has no longer been disputed is because they found his cédula argentina,
his documento de identidad,
in like 1920, where he declared that he was single, an artist, and born in Uruguay. So
okay, Tacuarembó is literally like.
So you know what?
Wow.
Suck on that.
I will. Oh my, Tacuarembó.
But of course, Argentines will say he's Argentine, and Uruguayans will say he's Uruguayan. But apparently, this document doesn't exist, and it's in the museo.
Can't we all just get along?
And then people think he's French.
From France.
Yeah. Well, the French, of course, are going to say that he's French.
The French are losers.
Yeah.
France.
Yeah, they are. Francia.
They go take your pate and get out of here. No one asked you. Like, ¿en qué se meten?
I mean, yeah. Apparently, it's from Toulouse, but Toulouse. Again, show your work.
Incomprobable.
So apparently this document actually exists, and it's in the Museo de Carlos Gardel in Tacuarembó.
I'm gonna send you there, and you're gonna have to be you're gonna be on like a mission.
Yeah, I'm an investigative journalist.
Claire, who doesn't
know shit.
Who doesn't check her sources. Okay, well, so So when I think of that, though, Uruguay is this tiny little country, and it has like a lot of notable people. Because I think my favorite Uruguayo is Pepe Mujica, but I think my second favorite Uruguaya is Natalia Oreiro.
Oh, love Natalia Oreiro.
Who's also been like adueñada by the Russos, but she is literally a queen.
She is. Yeah, she has her house in Palermo.
Yeah, she's
still, I think. Or no, her ex-house is in Palermo.
Is that Palermo, Buenos Aires, or Palermo, Montevideo?
No, Palermo, Buenos Aires. It's in like a pasaje Santa Rosa.
Palermo, Italy.
Or Palermo, Italy. No, Palermo, Buenos Aires. But we love Natalia Oreiro.
She is full iconic.
Yeah, we have also Jorge Drexler.
Oh, love him.
Love him.
I love like cleaning my house on a Sunday and listening to his music.
That's great. Love him. Who else do we have?
You were talking about Afro Uruguayan El Negro Rada. Right?
Oh my God, Googling right now. Okay, la uruguaya menos calificada está en el lugar de...
Rubén Rada.
No.
Oh my God, Laura. Oh my God, Rubén Rada. Yeah, oh my God, he has a cute hat on.
We can check this out. But
no, we are leaving this in because this is hilarious. Laura.
Artigas, but we all know who that is.
Okay, don't change the subject. That is a misdirection.
Mm-hmm.
Well, who is Artigas? Because I feel like, what's up with him?
Well, he was like the San Martin of Uruguay. He like,
was he cute? Can we Google
I don't really know.
Not like I care.
Yeah, the photos are old. You can't really tell. But yeah,
the photos. I don't think he was around.
I mean, the paintings, the reproductions, the reproduction. But he basically liberated Uruguay from Spanish rule. So
he had a strong jawline. I don't know if I like that.
He knew how to ride a horse. Let me tell you that. I'll tell you that much.
Ooh, giddy up! I do.
Yeah.
The horse connection there is pretty strong.
Yeah,
a lot of gauchos.
Well,
they're drinking the mate.
Yeah, drinking the mate and the horse. I mean, that should be illegal.
I mean, it should be. So Artigas, I mean, he was like chill, I guess, right? We like him.
Yeah.
But okay, so we've got Artigas.
He's the godfather of Uruguay, or he's like he liberated Uruguay. So I don't know if he's the godfather, but he's the inventor of Uruguay.
We have officially gone off the rails.
Yeah.
We have Mujica. We talked about him. We talked about our queen, Natalia. We talked about Jorge Drexler. I do love, and one of my favorite artists, and he has a mural here in Buenos Aires, is País Vilaro.
Yeah, we love Vilaro.
That great style, and we love the whole universe of Casa Pueblo.
Oh my God, yeah, Casa Pueblo.
That's a cool. That's like a cool.
That's a great
space.
place to watch a sunset.
Oh, with a mate in hand,
or like a drink. But
I would just be like mainlining requesón.
Yeah, and like a Aperol spritz and a sunset. It's a nice moment.
It is a nice moment, but like, can you stay there at Casa Pueblo?
You can.
It's a hotel, right?
Yeah, it's a museum. It's a museum. It's a hotel, and like you can have a drink. I haven't been in like a decade, but
it is
nice.
It is nice. I feel like jealous that Uruguayans get better sunsets than we do because of their geographical position.
Well, you guys have football.
But you guys don't.
Speaking of football,
but wait, I'm sorry, campeones del mundo. A ver,
yeah.
Well, yeah. Like, does Uruguay do sports?
Yeah, we do football.
I mean soccer.
Sure.
El fútbol.
El fútbol. We do, and we have won a few World Cups. Not in a very long time, but
Hey, but those stars are forever.
They are all 4 of them. Yeah, we have 4 stars on our jersey.
That incomprobable version 2.
Okay, just Google the jersey.
Okay, well, tell me.
We have 4 stars because we've technically won 4 World Cups because we won the 1930, the first one, the 1950.
Well, that's big.
FIFA.
First one is big.
Yeah, I mean, it was 100 years ago, but whatever.
But it was important and good for you.
But we also won, like, in the Olympics. The Olympics in, like, 1923, I think, and 28 were hosted by FIFA, and we won those. So Uruguay petitioned to have the 4 stars because of those wins, and FIFA said yes, and that's why we have 4 stars. So technically, we have 4 stars. Technically, we have more stars than Argentina.
Mic drop.
Yeah.
Also, always stand up for yourself. That's the lesson there.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to ask for what you want.
Yeah.
Especially if you're a tiny little country.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So, okay. Well, we have sub-20. We have the sub-20.
Well, we were the campeones of the sub-20.
And then what? But are there any other sport? Like here, we love like field hockey. Like what do they do?
Rugby.
El rugby.
Unless you're like the people who crashed in the Andes.
Oh my God. We didn't even
Viven.
think about that.
Yeah.
Alive.
Yeah.
That they were Uruguayan. Tell us
sure
that story.
Were. Well, as I recall it,
because I was there.
No, but
well, I'm sorry. As resident Uruguayan, you have to know everything about your country.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
No,
I don't make the rules.
1977, I think, and they were going to an away game in Chile, and the plane crashed in the Andes. And they almost all died, and they had to like eat each other to survive. And there were
so much more. I mean, it's not just cannibalism.
It's a movie featuring Ethan Hawke.
It's also a book.
Yeah, I know. A book made into a movie featuring Ethan Hawke.
You're like at school. You like didn't read the book. You like always watched the movie, and you thought that was enough.
Yes, I did. No, I'm kidding.
Totally.
But they were saved eventually, and a couple of them they made it across. They like hiked across the Cordillera and found like some like random sleepy Chilean who saved their lives.
That's incredible. I actually
cool
and
story.
I think some of them are still like motivational speakers to this
Yeah,
day.
they're still alive. They're like my mom's age. So
I would be lucrando for the rest of my motherfucking life with that.
I mean, after surviving that, you might as well like,
I would literally I would never talk about anything else.
Like, hi, I'm Lau. I survived a crash in the Andes.
And I did it, and I ate my friends, but with love. And
I would say that on my tombstone. Like, Lau, mother, daughter, survived a crash in the Andes.
A sus amigas.
Yeah.
Oh man. But like that's the thing. This is this tiny little country, and so much happens there.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of like you don't want to underestimate it.
No.
But also, like what happens away from the coast? I do kind of like. I mean, I feel like.
I mean, yes. Also, we're talking when we talk about Uruguay in this whole episode, we've really been referring to like Montevideo and like Punta del Este. There is a whole other part of Uruguay that we're not discussing, like the more rural areas of Uruguay where.
What happens
Things happen.
Cows?
Yeah. Cows and horseback riding.
Olive oil?
Yeah, olive oil. Wine. I mean, we do have wine.
Great wine.
We have great wine.
Do a lot of like young people like is it like here where everyone wants to like, la salida es Ezeiza? Is it like la salida es Carrasco?
I think, I don't know. Well, because, I mean, the population hasn't grown, so clearly people are leaving. I don't know if that's due to just like not high birth rates or like people leaving, but a lot of people do leave.
Do they want to go like to Europe, or do they want to like do they come here?
I think so. I'm not sure. But I'm sure some people go to Europe. I'm sure some go to the United States. I mean, there's Uruguayans everywhere, but like there are Argentines.
You can spot them by their chunky knit.
Yeah. and their mate they're holding in their hand.
And if they don't have it, they have like the hook.
Yes, exactly. But yeah, they do leave. I mean, like they, for example, in the students who study architecture, they go on a trip around the world, which is cool. Like they have to sell
like semester at sea.
Yeah, they sell like raffle tickets that are expensive, and then once they sell a certain quota, they get a trip around the world, and they see like all these like architectural marvels, which is cool. My cousins did it, and they stayed with us in New York when we were living in New York.
That is so cute.
I know, it's cute.
What is like? I just feel like it's like this little oasis. Like it's quirky and it's fun and it's expensive as hell, but like I just kind of feel like it's a safe space.
Yeah, it's the same. That's how I feel about it. I like don't think I would ever live there again. I lived there for a year and a half in Montevideo, and I liked it. It had its great parts, like being close to my family and being close to the beach was like a game
Also,
changer.
everyone there is like gay.
Oh my god, it's so gay. It's gay. It's like the Almagro.
It's so
like you
gay.
said, in the gayness, lots of lesbians.
It's queer.
Yeah, it's very queer, I think. But
that's funny to me. I just never would have thought.
Yeah.
Love that. Like point for Uruguay because like they have separate. They don't like Estado laico, right? Like it's like church and state are separate.
Oh yeah.
That's
and it's not like there is no defining religion. Like
well, yeah, church and state are separate.
Right. Oh yeah. That's what you just said. That's what you just said.
That's literally what I just said. That's okay. We're accepting here.
Yeah.
Of people who don't understand.
I don't understand separate. Laico, Estado laico, because Spanish is my second language. Just kidding, it's my first.
Is your first language? Wait, didn't you go to Uruguayan school when you were little?
I did on Saturdays.
What did you learn? They're like how to say bar.
Yeah, how to say bar, the different forms of ta. And how to make dulce de leche. No mentira. No, I learned how to like read and write.
How'd that work out for you?
It's fine. Also menos. But no, it was on Saturdays and I fucking hated it. And then it closed because we didn't have enough students. Yeah. So then I went to Argentine school on Saturdays because their school is bigger.
Did they bully you?
No.
That's good.
Yeah.
I mean, I just imagine Argentina being like, even like a 5-year-old being like,
you're not from here.
Mejor país del mundo, papá. Sí, a la Villa Champagne.
Yeah. No,
like so insoportable. His name would be like
I didn't tell him I was
Francisco.
Uruguayan. No, I'm just kidding.
Don't be afraid of your identity.
I love my identity. I love being Urushanki. It's great.
Yeah. Like, do you feel like you, depending on the situation and the context, do you like play up your shankiness or play up your charruaness? Like, what do you choose?
I mean, it depends.
You don't have to choose one, but like, other times when you like say you're Uruguayan instead of saying you're shanky?
Yeah. I mean, so culturally, I feel like I'm more American because I grew up in the States. So
mainlining Heinz ketchup.
Oh my God, I love Heinz ketchup. But so yeah, culturally, I definitely identify more with being American, but then there's so many things that I grew up with being having Uruguayan parents and being the first generation American that so it depends really. But like I sometimes don't necessarily right off the bat tell people I'm American because I'm met with like the oh my God, he gets like
y te gusta.
So I'm like, you know what, I'm from Uruguay, and then they're like, cool.
Yeah, they're like
they're like, oh, cool.
They're like, oh, she's not interesting. We don't need to say to her.
Literally. So sometimes,
it's kind of fun sometimes though when you're like, so like that's when you're like, oh, yeah. And then you get to be like, you get to hit him with the, actually my parents are Uruguayos. And then they're like, what?
Then they're like, oh wow, even cooler. I know. But
so you get to like, you pick and choose.
I know. I love it.
That's the beauty of being bicultural.
Yeah. Yeah, it's great.
And bilingual.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what's your favorite?
Bisexual. No.
Bi erasure is real.
It is.
And in the month of Pride, we support our bi brothers and sisters.
We do.
Do you have a favorite like Uruguayan word or slang or like concept?
I mean, I like da. I love da.
Da.
Again, it's very versatile. You can use it in many forms.
Do they do sobremesa in Uruguay?
Yes, of course they do.
Probably like 10 times longer than here.
Oh my God. Yeah, it's like here. It's the same. You can, people have dinner late. It's the same in that sense. Like,
is everyone like Italian? But they don't like, they like brag about their Italian citizenship like they do here.
I don't know if they brag about it here where like Argentines are like, soy europeo. And I'm like, soy latino.
Like literally.
Yeah.
Get a grip.
We're calling a spade and you're from Latin America. But there is a lot of European influence, obviously. But I don't know if they seeing it as like a talking point as much as Argentines.
Yeah, because they're not like obsessed.
They're not insoportables.
I know, RGs, you guys are gonna denzos. Like I get
we're
it,
talking
but
about
like
porteños because we're not gonna classify all RGs. Not all RGs. Hashtag not all RGs.
Hashtag not all RGs.
Yeah.
I think you're talking about porteños.
That's what I just said.
We just said that. Do you
We
not
just-
listen
do you
to
not
women?
listen?
I was on Twitter. Sorry.
Do you not listen to this podcast?
No.
You should.
It shows. Ugh. We should send this. Like, we should. I feel like I want to like record, like put this on tape and like mail it to our brethren in Montevideo at the Palacio Salvo, to the ghost.
Oh my God, Pedro. Yeah.
And be like, hey, Pedrito, I feel like you're really gonna love this.
Yeah.
I mean, like, this is like cultural immersion, right?
Yeah.
This is like cultural diplomacy.
I mean, yeah. I mean, we're learning a lot, you know?
I've learned more. I think I've learned more misinformation than
I was going to say, you're learning a lot if all of my facts are true, which
So we're
half
gonna.
of them.
I feel like I wish we had a hotline.
I mean, we'll put it in the show notes.
1-800 bad
you know,
info.
my sources, like the Gardel thing and everything else I've said.
And the chivito thing better be true.
The chivito thing is true.
I really believe me. I don't believe.
me.
Our Uruguayans are known for being pathological liars. That was the plot twist.
Yeah, actually, yes. I'm not even Uruguayan. Just kidding. Yes, of course I am.
Yes,
It
you
was a
are.
lie.
It was a lie.
It was
No,
all
I
a lie.
have. I'll show you my cédula.
Do you have it right now?
No. Oh yeah, I do.
That's convenient.
Oh yeah, here it is. Look at that.
Like when I.
All three of my
Oh,
identities.
well, careful. Blur that info because someone might steal your info, your
Yeah,
bad
there it is.
info.
My bad info.
Do you remember? Okay, we're like going around because now I want to freeball. And by freeball, I mean spitball.
Mm-hmm.
Because Uruguay has dollars. You can like get them there, right?
Yes, there's no limit on you can buy dollars freely, and
No,
the
no
exchange rate
limit.
hasn't changed in like a decade. It's been very stable, and the inflation is 0.
La envidia que tengo.
But it's fucking expensive as fuck, so I don't really no sé cómo hacen, honestly.
How do they do that? Well, because they're just buying yarn. But,
Yeah, for their nets
But like,
and sherwa.
remember when people would go to Colonia
Oh yeah, that's another thing. Yeah, to just get money out of the
from
ATM.
from the casino?
Oh my god,
That's what they would do because there was this whole workaround because we have the cepo here and you can't
Mhm.
get dollars and everyone was freaking the fuck out about getting dollars. And of course, Argentines are very innovative, or if you're English, you'll say innovative.
innovative.
They're very microwave. Remember the Nigella? She's the microwave.
Wow.
I'll send that to you later. But they were so innovative because it was like, gotta have my pops,
Yeah.
gotta get my dollars.
Yeah.
And you would go to the casino in Colonia, which probably has to be the most depressing place on the planet.
I mean,
like
yeah, casinos to start are pretty depressing, but
where
that one
where
is-
dreams go to die.
Yeah, like the slot machines.
And you would go and you would like get your fichas, you get your chips or whatever, and then you'd
Yeah.
be like, okay, I'm done now, cool, bye. And then you would go back with the chips and get dollars.
Yeah, you do a little day run for money. Yeah, that was the thing.
I would
I mean,
do
it
that.
still probably is a thing. I'm sure people still
has
do
to-
that.
But I feel like
But
that
the
they've gone
limit,
to
there's
us.
a limit. I think you can only take like $300 out a day from the ATM. So, or like 5. I don't know.
Yeah,
there's a
not-
limit.
for
but,
pe-
but for,
pequeñas
but for
operaciones.
Uruguayans, it's much simpler to save in dollars because you can get you can do whatever you want, which is nice.
Must be nice. Must be nice.
Yeah.
What
Well-
would you say is your okay? I want we're some closing questions. Besides, why are you a liar? Okay.
I think
JK, you're
I
not.
think it
Laura lies a lot.
a lot.
Laura lies a lot. Would you describe? First of all, wait. Okay. Myths and facts about Uruguay. Like, what do you want people to take away from this? Like saying, like Uruguay is not just a small little tiny country with cows and grass.
It's a little engine that could.
And like, because it's, like, how would you tell people, if you were the tourism director of Uruguay, what would you lead with?
Uruguay natural. No. I would just say Uruguay is it's a small accepting country with progressive views, I think, for the most part. Like the people are super nice, they're super welcoming. They embrace foreigners. There's tons of now foreign immigration from Cuba, from Venezuela, from a lot of other neighboring countries, and they, I think, welcome them with open arms, from what I've seen. So,
Well, they could use the manpower.
yeah, that's true. But yeah, I think it's just it's a beautiful country that has a lot to offer in many ways, like socially and also maravillas.
Cheese balls.
Yeah, reggaeton. And yeah, so it's a great place. You guys should all visit.
And they can stay with you. You don't live there anymore.
No, but maybe don't go to Punta in the summertime because it's a hellhole.
Primera quincena.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I love the how.
Carnaval,
Carnaval.
Año Nuevo.
Well, because if you're going to go, or Rebelión,
Oh, Rebelión. That's right. That's the break between Christmas and New Year's.
that's like the Brazilian holiday.
Yeah.
And you have to wear white
And
linen.
you have to go into the ocean and jump over the wave 3 times. That's a Brazilian thing.
I don't live in Brazil,
Oh,
Laura.
well, you should know that anyway.
I know I do, and the grapes and
Because
the whole
don't
thing.
you know everything?
Duh, I'm an encyclopedia,
You
and
are.
I'm
You're
delightful.
a know-it-all.
I am delightful. Excuse me. Excuse me. This is called Rebelión de la Mitada. Oh my God. So, okay, I mean, that was a pretty good sales pitch. And if you were to describe your perfect day, 24 hours do not exist, and you can go between places, even if it would technically take longer. What's your perfect Uruguay day?
April 24th, because I'm kidding. It would be, well, I guess, I don't know. So maybe I would wake up in Montevideo and go for like a nice little stroll or jog on the Rambla and then have like a coffee at one of like the hipster cafes because I like specialty coffee. Fine. Fucking sue me.
Palmerita Gate.
Yeah.
Do they have palmeritas in?
Yes, they do. They call them palmeritas. I love those elephant ears.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd have probably a little coffee and a little Rambla moment, and then I would go to the beach in Punta del Este.
Okay, so you
It's
go to
like-
the beach in Punta.
Yeah, I mean, the Montevideo beaches are nice, but like, as in you can swim in the ocean. It's not like the Rio, the
Mhm.
river here that's like brown, but it's not the same. The
Not
water
the
is much
onda.
nicer when you go east because it's like the actual Atlantic. So I'd probably go up to Jose Ignacio because I really do like the beaches
Or
there.
Chihuahua, be in the nude.
Be in the nude, and then I'd, have lunch. This is so basic. I'd have lunch at La Huella because I fucking like it and I like the pulpo. Again, fucking sue me.
It's so good.
Yeah, and then I would drink a bottle of rosé and jump in the ocean.
And that's it.
No, and then at night, an asado
Okay.
with friends at someone's house
And a chunky knit.
in a chunky
You
knit.
can't forget the chunky knit.
I'm not going to be wearing a chunky knit.
And then before bed, would you go to like a midnight grocery store run and like
maybe.
kind of drunkenly buy all the things?
to make a chivito.
Chivito.
Just kidding. No.
Chivito canadiense.
Chivito is like, it's bomba, but it's good. I love a chivito. I mean, whenever I go to Montevideo, I have to have a chivito because
But it
otherwise.
has to be the good kind because I feel like it's very gloop. It can
Well,
be very
it's like
gloopy.
it's like here where you can get bad empanadas everywhere. You know what I
Right.
mean? You have to know where to get a good chivito.
Okay, best chivito in Montevideo.
Bueno, there's el tincal, which is very good in barrios.
Tincal, soldier, sailor, spy.
Yeah, what?
Tinker, soldier. No one. Okay, that joke didn't
Yeah.
land. It was a
Tincal-
movie and a book.
Okay, well, no one read it.
It like
it's-
won an Oscar. The
Oh.
movie.
Okay, well, el tincal is in Barrio Sur. It's very good. Bararocena and Carrasco is also very good.
Caraco's like chitísimo, right?
Chitísimo. Yeah.
Chitísimo.
I mean, La Pasiva apparently makes okay ones. No, I wouldn't go to La Pasiva, to be honest. It's like too chainy. But yeah, those two are my favorite.
Okay,
Mhm.
fave. And fave Uruguayan wine.
I like Garzón. I also like Pausa.
Mm-hmm.
So those two.
Okay, good. I'm saying if anyone's like listening and taking notes, and maybe where they can
They're
acquire,
fucking expensive though. So you know what? Like,
buy us a bottle
yeah,
first before
buy
you
us a bottle.
support your local queer
Yeah,
and our
Uruguayan.
drinking habits.
Yeah,
I mean, I would accept that.
yeah. What's your ideal day in Uruguay?
Oh, I'm so glad you asked.
Yeah.
Well, I would start at the beach. I would be my special places, I feel like are beachside. It's like around Punta. But I would go, my perfect day would actually be like, it would be time travel because I would start in the winter and end in the summer.
Oh wow!
Oh.
Okay, I didn't realize I didn't know we could do that.
The sky is the limit. I told
Okay,
you,
you're
like,
cheating.
okay, duh. So I would start in Punta, in like downtown Punta in the
Ugh.
winter,
Oh
which
my
is like
God. It's
weird
weird.
and retro and cool buildings.
There's a
and
cat cafe now.
yeah, oh yeah, there's just, it's like,
Yeah,
it's
it's
weird.
weird.
And they have like a Valentino store. I'm like, who's
Oh my God,
buying
yeah, they have a
Valentino in
Versace.
Punta?
Versace.
It's like next to Tits. Like
Yeah,
it's like
yeah,
it's like
yeah.
Tits, Versace, and like
El mundo de la
and then
pizza.
like Barber. It's like so bizarre. So I would spend my morning there. I'd go to La Delicias and have a coffee there.
Yeah, that's
Or
nice.
the News Cafe, because there's a News Cafe,
Mhm.
if you recognize that from Miami.
Mhm.
And I would have my morning there and I would go for a walk and I would collect shells on the beach. And then I would go for the afternoon to Jose Ignacio in the summertime. And I would be at La Huella, same. I would be drinking a magnum of Garzón Rosé,
Yes.
having the corvina with the roasted vegetables and pulpo.
Mhm.
And then
Y el flan de
No,
dulce de leche. El
it's
volcán.
Volcán de dulce de leche.
Yeah, el volcán at the flan, sorry.
Yeah, the volcán, which goes with banana ice cream, which is so
Ugh.
much better than the chocolate one.
They're both good.
Oh yeah, sorry.
But he's gay.
You're like I'm not like all the girls. I don't like dulce de leche.
Well, no, okay. But that's a different, okay, so I'm saying I don't crave dulce de leche on a day-to-day basis. I
Yeah,
don't
you're
like
not gonna
buy
like-
it when I go to the supermarket.
You're not
no.
gonna like smear it on some
No,
bread.
I don't like eat it out of the jar. That's gross. But the
is
volcán de
kind of-
dulce de leche is very, very good.
So it's like the perfect dosage. 'Cause I'm just gonna say my dulce de leche is like muy empalagoso,
yeah.
and so that's how I would crown the day there, and then I would spend the next day in the same day. I'm making
Oh.
up all the rules.
Okay.
I would bop around Montevideo. I would do like an architecture walk because they have there's so many cool doors and buildings
Oh my
there.
god, yeah, so many cool buildings. I love that they haven't torn them all down.
Yeah, I love that. Like I love that it's like gritty and kind of still
super gritty,
like funky and weird. Like has like a Lisbon like 10 years ago vibe.
Yeah, it's super gritty in that sense, and
like
dark
not like all these tall buildings so you can see the sky. And I would go to lunch at República.
Oh, so
because they have the best like chicken milanesa sandwich. Oh my god, I would go there for lunch, and then I would just bop around looking for little dogs in sweaters.
Oh, all the dogs wear sweaters. I love when dogs wear clothes.
I know, me too.
I love it.
And then
they don't need to be because it doesn't actually get that cold.
I know, but they just love the accessory.
I know. But
also
it gets hot, so where else are they going to wear their sweaters?
Exactly. Lo que te mata la humedad.
Claro.
Oh, little perro charrúa.
I love when I see a galgo wearing a turtleneck.
Oh, and long sleeves.
Yeah.
Well, it's gotta be, it's gotta be extra. And then I think I would end the day if I had room. Yeah, I mean, I would maybe do a chivito, but I think what I would really do is just like requesón.
Yeah.
I'd just be spreading requesón.
On,
Or the barquillos. Is it?
Oh,
I always call them barquitos, but they're little like
the little
waffle,
circular,
like little waffle
mhm.
tubes, and that I do put dulce leche inside.
Yeah, that's what.
And then I would
have to.
And then I would end the day on the Buquebus, coming back to Buenos Aires in the free shop with an unlimited credit card, buying
Victoria's Secret
$28 M&Ms, thongs of dubious origin, and Haribo.
And Haribo.
Oh, and La Roche-Posay.
La Roche-Posay?
La Roche-Posay.
Yeah.
And then I would wake up and I'd be back here.
Wow, that sounds like an amazing day.
And I wouldn't have spent $1. That would be the dream day.
Yeah, that would.
Because that day
would bankrupt you.
cost like literally like a college education in the United States of America.
Approximately.
And then I would get a chunky knit as a souvenir.
Yes.
Oh. You've given me ganas de viajar.
Oh, good. Well, you're always welcome.
Oh.
In my país.
Mi país.
En mi país.
It's going to be Uruguay, el país de Laura Ledesma, but actually not because she wasn't even born here.
Uruguay es el mejor país.
Is that a real song?
It's from Tiranos Tembla, boluda.
We didn't even talk about
oh
that.
My God, they're YouTube guys that basically used to do compilations of things that happen in Uruguay, but the whole joke is that like nothing happens in Uruguay, so it's like Fulanito aprendió a atar su zapato. Like Miranda like flew a balloon. It's like really random nothingness,
like
and that's why it's
news.
funny. But no, actually, so the guys I don't know would compile a lot of times like people on YouTube who were assigned school assignments about Uruguay.
That's my favorite.
And it's so funny because first of all, people are like, "You're a gay," or like, and they don't know anything about Uruguay, and it's so funny. Actually, the first like pop culture reference I've ever seen about Uruguay is the Simpsons episode. Obviously,
Yeah.
Yeah.
when Homer points to a map and he's like, "Hey, look at this funny little place. You are gay." But yeah, Tiranos Tembla is just a compilation of YouTube videos of people doing school assignments about Uruguay. And
like
then
very tengo que hacer muchos quehaceres vibe. That's exactly.
It's funny. It's funny.
It's so
but
funny.
I thought they were done. I didn't realize they were still making videos because they haven't. It used to be like weekly, and then it was like monthly, and now I think it's once a year recaps.
Yeah.
And now maybe for special things. But their whole thing is like Uruguay es el mejor país.
I mean, honestly, if like nothing happens al nivel que like Mafalda flying a balloon is news, I love that. Like I wish that were us.
Yeah.
Like literally every day I have like 12 ACBs like with like what's happening. So it's like I would love to just be like, that would be amazing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean,
Hay que
that's why
fingir
Uruguay's-
demencia.
Sí. Yeah.
Uruguay, fingiendo demencia. I
Yeah.
mean,
since
since when was it founded? Do we even know?
She's gonna lie. Don't ask her.
She's like 1624.
1822.
Okay,
Actually, it might be 1822. So check it.
1822 when Uruguay, I'm going to say, when was Uruguay founded? When was, I feel like a newscaster. 1825.
Oh, look at that.
But
I guess she wasn't too far off.
she wasn't too, you got lucky. But I'm going to tell you that I
Didn't.
feel like, isn't Colonia from like the 1600s? Colonia Sacramento? Yeah, because it's like
no.
old as fuck.
No.
Sacramento founding. I like can't type and talk at the same time. I will 1680, founded by the Portuguese in 1680. Okay.
Oh, bueno. Okay, fine. I'm talking about Montevideo.
I feel like bueno. No, we're talking about Uruguay.
Yeah.
Uruguay.
Uruguay. Madura.
Uruguay, are you like this?
Uruguay.
Uruguay, does my parents not love me enough? Uruguay.
Why do I not speak better Spanish?
Uruguay, are you a liar? Uruguaya.
Uruguaya. Okay,
We're done here.
We're done.
I think it's time. I think the
Great.
Buquebus is about to leave the port.
Yeah, it's
And
left.
it's
It's left
left.
without us.
That almost happened to you once, didn't it?
It happened to me. They did leave without me.
That's
No child left behind, but they do if you're Buquebus.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Buquebus. It's pretty hard to miss that boat, but they just left you.
Yep.
Well, they're not gonna leave you this time, baby
No.
girl. We're gonna get
'Cause
you
I'll
on
be driving it.
You say Buquebus and it sounds like booger boost.
Buquebus.
Buquebus.
Booger boost.
Buquebus.
A Buquebus.
I wanna meet the man who's like the locutor on the Buquebus because
Those commercials are good.
Never saw.
they're catchy.
Buquebus.
Google the '80s ones. They're iconic. There's like women in thongs like outside on the part where you can sit, which like hasn't been a thing in decades, and they're like in bathing suits, and it's like this never happened.
I
Or
would
maybe it did. Who knows? I
Hey.
wasn't there.
had to be there.
Yeah.
I bet the 80s on the Buquebus were fucking nuts.
I'm sure.
I bet it was
they
a
were.
free for all.
Definitely.
It was like
We can
below
finish-
deck.
We're gonna finish this episode with like a Buquebus commercial. I'm gonna
Yeah,
edit that at
yeah,
the
yeah.
end of it.
A Buquebus.
I love
That's the
having-
jingle.
Women in STEM
Yeah.
and Barilochenses in STEM.
Okay. Cool.
All right, Lau, it's honestly been a real pleasure. I don't
Thanks.
know if anything that you said was true or not, but I enjoyed it thoroughly. And I think that our listeners will have learned a lot about this tiny little country that we call Uruguay.
Oh, great.
And
Thanks
if
for
they
having me.
if they have to do like a school project, they can listen to this.
Yeah, there you go. Lots of information. Lots of takeaways.
If I could, I would give you a churro.
Oh,
But I
for
can't.
Manolo.
So
Or Ricardito, but you can't. So
ugh,
I'll just take my cheddar back.
take
then.
your crack sherba and make sure that you no se va a manejar because
No.
people's lives are at risk.
Yeah.
Love you, baby girl.
Ciao.
Love you,
Ciao for
Uruguay.
now. Ciao for now.
No, ciao. What do you have to do if you're listening to this?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Like, listen, and subscribe.
Honestly, what is wrong with me? I should not be allowed to have. I'm like a straight white man. Like, take my microphone away. Thank you for listening to Bad Information. Once again, a fabulous episode recorded in Villa Crespo at Nievi Studios, which we love and adore deeply on many levels. Also, please like, follow, subscribe, listen, send it to your mom, make your dog listen to it.
Comment. If you leave a comment, that'll be
Comment
pretty
on
amazing.
every social media platform you can find. Like I said, starting with Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Instagram, YouTube, My Journal, Live Journal,
Feed the hype.
Photolog,
Feed the hype
MySpace,
machine.
Photolog, Grinder, Scruff,
Foursquare.
Okay Cupid,
Lex.
Foursquare, LinkedIn, and
Sonabro.
Beyond.
Sonaprop. Thank you and good night, ladies and germs. This episode of Bad Information was recorded at Estudios Nievi in the charmingly chaotic neighborhood of Villa Crespo in Buenos Aires, Argentina.